Well, hi there everybody. You're traveling with Jack, and as I always say, my heavenly wife Pam. This is part of my Grief Journey series. And the place I'm at today is kind of interesting. This is what's called Immigrant Lake, located outside of Ashland, Oregon. It's September now. There's some terrible fires that are burning across the area. Much of the valley is just choking with smoke. We've had many homes lost, there have been lives lost. And then behind me, as I mentioned, this is supposed to be a big, beautiful lake. But look how empty it is. This lake, because of the drought, probably down to about 10% of its capacity. And while the landscape is still somewhat beautiful, it's also a sad sight there. Not seeing any water in the lake. The point being, sometimes in our grief journey, we can feel like this big basin out here that should be a lake. We can feel a little bit empty inside. And with things going on in the world these days, it can be doubly tough. In my case, yes, I lost my sweet Pam last fall of last year. Then the pandemic. And now here in my community, terrible wildfires, empty lakes. Wow, that's a lot to take on, isn't it? And I have those days where I'm just ready to just toss in the towel and say, God, enough is enough. And then you got to keep your eyes open. Things that keep you going, that keep you moving forward. I made a trip back to Nashville to see my two kids, Pam and I's two kids. Saw family and friends, had a fabulous extended weekend, recharged the soul. What it taught me too was the importance of family and friends. I tell you this because don't live in isolation if you can at all avoid it. I feel a bit isolated, but it felt good to be around family and friends, and I saw the value in that. Then I came back here, and it was the day after I got back, the fires broke out. And I work in local television, and it was hard going to work and talking about these terrible things that had happened after coming off that incredible high. And then God started to use me a little bit. I had a coworker that lost their home. This person was very distraught. They were obviously in shock. I won't get into all the specifics, but God used me with this person, and I was able to help secure them housing for the next 30 to 60 days, and it's not going to cost them a dime. And then I went to a relief center where they were doing donations and distributing things to people in need, and I dropped off some things and talked with some folks there. And God used me. The point being, we can get caught up in our sadness and the terrible things that are happening around us. But we've got to keep ourselves out there and keep moving forward. And when we can reach out to others and make a bit of a difference, it makes us feel better. So despite all the terrible things that are happening around me right now, and don't get me wrong, I had a good cry last night when I got off work, but I got over it. And like I said, I got back out there and got back in the game again today, and I felt better. So that's what you got to do. I always tell you, it's hard. It's hard. Don't stay on the sidelines. Stay in the game. Keep moving forward. Because at this point, that's all we can do. And as for family and friends, eventually, yeah, I think I will move back closer, because that's important. But for now, God's going to use me here for a bit longer. And when I feel that the time is right, then I'll probably make that leap. Until then, though, while the lake is empty, we can do our best to avoid that empty feeling. So stay out there, friends. Keep moving forward. Have a great day, And let's pray we make it a better tomorrow. Bye now.